Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right. Wednesday, and we're with my dad and the dad joke of the day.
Yeah, this is becoming the Connor show. It's coming from the Boomer Dan show to the Connor show.
Well, no, me and my dad started a thing where now I just say a dad joke every single morning. So, yeah. All right, well, let's get started.
It's my favorite part.
What do you call an angry carrot?
What do you call an angry carrot?
A steamed veggie.
Oh, nice. You got the best ones. All right, what a way to start off the day. Way to go, Connor. All right. Okay, let's get in here and get started. It's 7:03. And let's throw these suckers on. Let's get our trade on. So we're going to go over to... So let's go simulated trades and let's put on these butterflies. So we got, let's see, what do we got? Okay, we're going to 15th of May. May 15. Nice. Oh, God, look at, I look like, my wife was saying I looked like a hoodlum or a homeless person. You know, I've been trying to grow a beard ever since I could grow whiskers. My dream was to have this big, nice ZZ Top beard. And I was on a call the other day with Roy. Roy, is that? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And Roy, man, he had a beard to die for. Oh, it was beautiful. Look at mine. Mine's all patchy and scroungy looking. I better shave that off. You know, my dream is to get one of those handlebar mustaches, like a nice big, thick, kind of a thick porno handlebar mustache. But I don't think it's going to happen. My dad said that we have Indian blood in us, and that's why we can't grow beards. It's all like patchy and sketchy. So I'm going to have to shave that off for tomorrow. I'm going to come in here. I'm not taking this job very seriously. I need to be more professional. Come on. But too late for today. We got to get going. So let's go down to the at the money. Okay, so this is our butterfly project. So let's go to at the money, and we'll say... we want to do the call side. Oh, you know what? Shit. I have a trade on right now on the call side. Oh, that's okay. I mean, these are all fake, right? These are paper money. What am I thinking? Okay, so we're going to say analyze calendar. So we're going to say sell. I guess we're going to say buy butterfly. So we're going to start off with a 5-pointer. We want to put it at the money. So SPX is trading at 5274 basically. So we should do the 75 and then the 70 and then the 80. So that's hey, how do you like my Thinkorswim? Isn't this thing, look at this thing just flying. My friend Steely said it's like butter. It's like butter. Smooth like butter. Butterfly. Okay, come on. Get serious, dude. This thing's moving around on me. Oh, great. One of these where it's like right in between. Which strike should we go for? SPX is traded at 52.73.50. So that's skewed more towards 75. So let's just go with that one for that guy. Then we'll say analyze trade. And we'll say this will be the 10-pointer. So we'll expand these wings by 10 points. And there's that one. Okay. Then we'll do another one. This one will be 15 points, 60 and 90. Yeah, so that's 15 points. Okay. And then we'll do a 20-pointer. So this will be 55 and 95. Okay, good. Everything's looking good so far. So let's put on another one. We'll say analyze trade. We'll say 50 and 2 and 5,300. Holy moly, we're up at 5,300. Okay. So there's that one. Now which one? This is the 25-pointer. So we'll do a 30. Man, this is so great to have my thinkorswim back to how it used to be, nice and smooth. And okay, so this is 30 points, and then let's do one more at 40. Okay, there's our, is that 40? That's not 40. So 75, 65, 55, 45, 35. Okay, so that's 40. That's the big one. All right, there we go on that. And then we're going to put our live one on. So our live one will be, so I have a real money trade, a different trade completely on the call side. And so I don't want to step on strikes on that. I don't want to deal with all that nonsense. So I'm going to do this on the put. And this will be 15 pointers. So 75, this should be 60. And then 75, 85, 90. Okay, so here's the 15 pointer. What in the world is that? That shouldn't be 2,300. What am I doing? Oh, it's locked in. Okay. I better make sure that's right. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So this is more like 425. So on the puts, let's put this guy on. We'll say create duplicate order and see if we can get it for cheaper. Let's go for, let's see if we can get, oh, it said 415. Who cares? Okay. Let's see if we can get filled on this. We're saying 415. They're saying 450. Let me come up by a little bit. Come up by 5 points. I mean, 5 cents. Okay. Let's see if we can get filled here. 420. 420. Nothing. Let's go to 425. Okay, we're trying to get 425 right now. It's showing 440, 30. Boy, it's not being very cooperative this morning. Woke up on the wrong side of bed. Okay, we got to, I don't want to go too far. Come on. Okay, so 430. We got filled on that at 430. So let's lock that in. 430. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so there's the live butterfly. It's on the put side. We're live. We're off and running. And so I'm going to create, right away, I'm going to create an opposite exit order to get out of this when we hit $50. That's our profit target. So what that means I need to get out at what? Right there, 480. So I'm going to set this up, create duplicate order at 480. Okay, there we go. So we have our automatic exit profit taking order set up to go, giving us our $50 if that 480 is hit. And that's it. Let's take one last look at it. We're up. We're already up. Like $10 or so. 10 to 20, 14. It's bouncing around. Okay, so that's it for this one. I'm going to check back in let's say 30 minutes or so, unless this gets filled before then, and we take our profit. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay, here we go. It's the 8 o'clock check-in, and the market's just kind of frying to the upside. So here's our real money trade. You can see that we're still inside the tent, but we're down about $30 right now. And I'm at the point where I feel like I need to make a decision here if I'm going to See if we can wait a little bit longer and see if it'll pull back in here and give us our profit, hit our profit target, or if I need to adjust it, just kind of stay in front of it. And if I do the adjustment, I'm going to take this leg right here. This is this butterfly. There's two short contracts there. There's one long there, and there's one long there. So this adjustment, I would take this one here, and I would roll it up a strike. And I had that already pre-populated in here. You can see it. This is what it would look like. So it just brings us to like a delta neutral or more of a delta neutral position here. So I'm going to give you just a couple seconds here while we're waiting to see if I can get that pullback. Let's look at the other ones. So here is this is the 8 o'clock update. We've been in this trade for about 45 minutes. Here is the 5-point wide. We're outside the tent and we have a small profit, let's say $10. So we're still profitable in that. Here is the 10 wide. We're just outside the tent and we're up $5. Here is the 15 wide. We're inside the tent and we're down about 20-ish. Okay. The next one is the 25. 25 wide, we're inside the tent, we're up, let's say 30 to 40. Okay, this is the 25. We're inside the tent, and this has a current profit of like 10 to 20 bucks. And then here's the 30. 30 is, we're inside the tent, and we're about, let's say break even to $10, that range. And then the last one is the 40 wide. The 40 wide, we're inside the tent and we're let's say break even to $10 in profit. So just a little bit of $10 in profit. We're just barely profitable. Okay, so let's go back to our live money trade. So here's the live money trade. So the big question at this point is, do we wait or do we just get ahead if the thing continues to get ahead of the move, if it continues moving up? And if we were to do an adjustment, it would be this. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. So we're down 25. Profit to target on this is 50. So we need to get into here to hit our profit target. So I'm going to hold off for the time being. I may come back on pretty quickly if I decide to change my mind and decide to put that on, this adjustment there. So I'll be back. Okay, so here I am. I'm back. It's 8:10 and I changed my mind. I'm going to adjust it, but I'm going to use this adjustment instead. So I'm just going to add a second butterfly here. And right now we're down about $100. So if I add this second butterfly with the shorts at the 90 strike right here, we get this position like so. That really smooths this out more. We're not on such a steep slope anymore, and we've expanded the tent as well. With this, we have a theta of 520. Let's say 500, and with this currently it's a negative theta because it's outside that tent. So I'm going to do that. Let's do it. So we'll say, let's see, we want to get in at a smaller, let's say 135. Confirm and send. Oh, come on. What was that? What's wrong with this? Let's see, 135. Why won't it let me do that? There's nothing wrong with that. Is that a new Schwab thing? Come on, Schwab. Oh, what the? Why would they reject that? Are they not going to let me step on my own strikes? What if I did calls? Same thing. But I really don't want to mix these. I don't want to get I'm going to get confused if I start mixing all these up. So I do have calls on right now in a position. Let's see, what are those at? They're at 85, 80, 75. 75. This isn't good. I mean, I'm killing time here, man. Let's try it one more time. Oh God! Now I gotta call them back. That used to go. That's a totally viable trade. Let's see if we go to calls. What happens? Well, meanwhile, it's moved up. So let's go back to puts and let's see if we go up by 5 points. What happens? This isn't fun. This will buy me some time here. Let's do that. If they'll let us. Oh, well, they haven't rejected it. I don't know what the deal is. Why would they reject that? Doesn't make any sense. Idiots. This will buy us time, if nothing else. Let's say 95. Come on, baby. You made me pay $1. That's not cool. Jeez. That was a lot of hassle. So we're in that at $1. So let's lock that in. And here's our current position. Okay. That's not great, but we can do something to fix that. This is just going to buy me some time to see if we get that pullback or not. So I'm going to let this sit for a second. I got to go do something real quick. And then I'll be back, like, let's say 30 minutes or so, 15 to 30 minutes. All right, see you soon. Okay, here we go. It's Wednesday, 9/12. This is our 9 o'clock update. Here's our current live position. So between the last video I made like a half hour ago or whatever it was, and now there was like a little fiasco that occurred. And I think what happened was, let me back out of this for a second. Let's just start from the beginning. Okay, so here's the first trade I put on. And we're outside the tent. If we did nothing, if we did not adjust, we would be at a loss of 120-ish, 130 outside the tent. But the adjustment we made was I put this second butterfly on, giving us this bigger range to work in and smoother 0DTE pink line there. And then what happened was I got my first order. Remember when I first set this trade up this morning, I set an automatic exit order to get out. And that got triggered somehow. I think. I don't know. There's some weird stuff going on, guys. Definitely something's off with, I mean, the Thinkorswim platform is working great now. No complaints there. But there's like some weird type of phantom orders, or like it's not canceling orders correctly, or it's like flipping orders around. I'll say, see, this should be to get out of this first one, my automatic exit order should have been to sell it, but this one was automatically triggered. And I don't know why in the world. Why would even these strikes are from the second one. I didn't set any type of order on that. So I don't know what the heck's going on. Regardless, this order, this weird order here got filled right here out of the blue. A phantom order. And it gave me this weird looking risk graph. I don't like the look of that. So I immediately went back in there and I just reversed it. And I made a little bit of money on it. So you can see I took a debit of 85 and then I got a credit of 110 after reversing it. So we went back to this position. But so there's a little mess up, but it worked out in my favor because I made like 25 bucks, whatever. So now instead of being down 30 bucks in this flatland area here, worst case scenario is that we were at $5 loss. So that's, luckily, that worked out. So anyway, this is where we're currently at. And my plan is to just kind of hold and wait here and see what happens. If this thing continues to rise and it stay in this general area right here, this pink line will start to get the bow effect a little bit because of this peak here. And it'll be profitable, like say from right here, even into this blue where it says -5 at expiration. I think this pink line will continue to rise up and give us the profit potential in this area until the very, very end of day. Anyway, so the thing would be, if it moves down hard, I would get rid of the second butterfly head on, have a trade like this on, hopefully have a nice, instead of having a $30, $35 loss at expiration here, maybe get it positive. That'd be cool. And then maybe then extend this leg back down and create a butterfly. I don't know. We'll see if we get there. There's a million things we can do, as long as the broker doesn't like create phantom weird trading issues. Anyway, so where we're at currently on the live money trade is we're right here. We're showing a loss now of about 50 to 60 to 70 bucks, and I'm going to let this sit here for a little bit, see what happens. This looks good to me for right now. So then let's take a look at our other trades while we're at it. So here's our paper money trades. Here is the 5-point wide trade. Right now we're pretty far outside the tent. We're showing a loss of, let's say, break even to -10. Here's the 10-pointer. We're outside the tent and we're showing a loss of about 60 bucks, 50 to 60 bucks loss at this point. Here is the 15-pointer. The 15-pointers, we're showing a loss of about 120 to 30. Next is the 20-pointer. This one, we're just outside the tent, and we show a current loss of 140-ish. Here's the 25. We're like right at the tent, and we're showing a loss of 206. And then the last, let's see, I think we got two more. So this is 30. This is a 30-point wide. This one, we're inside the tent and we're showing a loss of 220. Okay. And then the last one is 40 points, 40-point wide, and we're inside the tent. We have a current loss of about 200. So we'll just keep on monitoring those throughout the day. And real quick, let's just go back to the final, finish off by going back to our live trade. Here's our live trade right now. Let's see. I made a couple adjustments. That phantom order that got triggered. I don't know. That's weird. I haven't been this confused. Like yesterday, some stuff like this was happening too, it seemed like. Has anyone else seen that? Like weird order issues? Orders being filled that I never even set up? How does that work? Or orders being flipped around, like I'm supposed to buy a butterfly, but instead it sells it. I don't know. Am I imagining this? So anyway, here's our current live position. We're down about 80 bucks. And we're looking, I like this. I feel really good right here. We're good for the time being. We're gonna do something. We got to do something, but not yet. So this is just cooking here. All right, that's it for this one, and I'll see you soon. Okay, here it is. It's 10 a.m. and I just made another adjustment on this trade. I wanted to pop in here real quick and just show the adjustment that I just made. So before we were like this, and you can see we've continued to just kind of fry our way up to the upside. So once we passed the middle of that peak there, I started to look for some other ways to extend our upside protection. So what I did was I just took a call. I put a call butterfly on right here with a strike of 53.05. So the short strike is right there. When I put that sucker on like this, it gave us this. So here's our current position. So we have this tent right above us, which is nice. But, you know, if we get a down move here, which I wouldn't be surprised if we did. We've had a big run up today. I need to move quickly and either get out of the thing, if I can get some of my money back, or I can just release, do the opposite of this order here, and go back to this if we get a down move. But currently it's continuing to fry its way to the upside. So again, here's our current position after this adjustment. We have a theta of 385, 380. And again, we're kind of overextended to the upside, I think, but you know, what do I know? So anyway, so that's our current trade. I'll check in here with the next update when something else happens or when we hit our mid-morning update time, like in 30 minutes or so, 10:30. All right, that's it for this one. Okay, here we go. It's 10:30, so this is our mid-morning update. Here's a look at our butters. So this is our 5-point wide. We're way outside the tent. We have a loss of like $20 on this. There's a total of $40 risk. So let's say between $20 and $30 loss on this one currently. The next one is a 10-pointer. Here's the 10-pointer. We're outside the tent. This one is showing a loss of 140-ish, 150-ish. This one is the 15. This is showing a loss of 320-ish. Okay. Let's look at the next one. This is the 20-pointer. The 20-pointer, we're outside the tent, showing a loss of 450-ish. The 25 wide, we're outside the tent, and we have showing a loss of 660-ish, 670-ish. Okay, there's that. Next one. This is the 30-pointer. The 30-pointer, we're outside the tent, and we're down 800. And then our last one, the 40-pointer, we're outside the tent, and we have a loss of 850-ish. And then let's take a look at our live money trade. So we've done a couple adjustments on this. Let me turn these on here. We'll turn on all the adjusting we've been doing on this. So there was one more adjustment that was made, which is right there. Okay, so here's where we're currently at in this trade. You can see we've done a lot of finagling, a lot of adjusting on this one. Currently, this trade is down it's showing down about $100. We're right in the middle of this tent. We have a 352, 340-ish theta. So let's see if we can get this guy back up towards break even. If we wanted to try to babysit it and we had some like balls of steel, we could try to babysit this right into the close and see if we can get the max, which is $235 profit. But we'll just see how things go. My first goal is to just get back to break even on this. Okay, so that's it for this one. We'll check in at end of day for the settlement, the final last looks, see where everything settles out at. All right, so we'll see you then. Okay, here we go. It's 11:45, and here's our current position. This is just kind of turned into a barn burner, is what they call it. So there was one adjustment made since the last the last video I did. So this is the position as I left it in the last video, right? And then the SPX kept moving up. It probably got up into this area here, right around there. And then I added another adjustment. And what I did was I just took with this leg here and I rolled it up one strike. So I sold out this leg and then I bought one 5 points up, giving us this position. So here's where we currently are right now. So we've whittled down the loss. We're down to about 50 bucks. It's 11:45, so we have like an hour and 15 minutes. So I just need to start thinking about getting out of this thing. I don't want to take this position like anywhere near the close, because if I do, and if it moves hard, I'm screwed. Just because how these things work, the gamma just goes. These things are going to get steep. So I'm debating my exit plan here. So I guess the main thing is I guess I can just back out all the way out. So I did all these steps to get in. If I just back out of each one, that may be the way to do it. So for example, if I back out of this last one, it'll put me there. And then I'll back out of that call butterfly and we'll just kind of ease our way back. At some point, I may have to go from this end and come back in, peel this off, and then the next part off. But so this is a move. This is the original butterfly we started off at 275, and we came up to 53. I think we got up to 53, like 10-ish, 7-ish, up in this area. So that's another thing. We just need, so I've had to sit here and babysit this thing pretty much the whole time. And right now I'm at a minus 50 loss. So I had the opportunity to take the thing off when it was at $50 loss. It was real slow moving. It was at $50 loss. I could have taken that, just the original butterfly by itself. I could have taken that off, and then, I could just go party for the rest of the day. But this is a good exercise to do anyway, just to show how this adjustment is made. It's just like dependent on you. Like, do you want to try to work it all day long and maybe just wind up with the same amount of loss that you could get, or worse, maybe even more? At the initial point, you had the opportunity to take it off at $50 loss. Or do you want to just like get out? It's just something to keep in mind. Like, is it worth, is this stress and work babysitting this thing worth it? And that's just going to be your decision. That's just each person's decision. So anyway, so this is the update where we're at. Again, we haven't bought that back yet. So right now we're here. We're about 60, 70 bucks down. And I'm just going to keep my eye on it. If it starts to move down, I'll just start to back out of these positions. I'll back out of that. Then I'll back out of the call butterfly. Then the next one, the next one. So if I do anything, I'll come back on and just show the move. So again, here's where we are right now. We're down about 60 bucks. We're in this tent and we have a nice theta, $180 theta. That's not too shabby. If we were to sell this, reverse that one, we'd have 200 theta. And I may be close to doing that. That's just kind of, we're a bit more centered. We have a little bit more of a profit tent. Not much though, like 30 bucks more. And I may just take it off. If I get down to minus 25 bucks, I may just take it off there. There's going to be some slippage too, like getting these off. These aren't going to, like if it says 60, like 52 loss right now, by the time we unwind the whole thing, it's very possible that we could be like, 62, 72, 82. There'd be some slippage most likely against you. Maybe for you. It may go in your favor, but I wouldn't count on it. All right, so that's it. I'll come back if anything happens. Okay, it's noon, so we have 1 hour left. Here's our current position. We're about $50 down, 30 to 50, and I'm going to start to unwind this thing. So what I've done is I've just placed all the orders I need to do right here. So the first piece would be the last piece we did. I would extend that. I would just reverse that order just to keep everything clean. And then once that's done, then I would do either that order next or this one. And hopefully we can get good fills on this. See if we can break even. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's see here where we're at. Oh, wait a second. So that's supposed to be on. Okay, here's where we're currently at. Minus 30. Minus 30 bucks. So what I'm going to do, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece off first. So here goes. Let's do it. Create duplicate order. We'll say 30 credit. Okay, I got filled on that at 30. So let's go down here to lock that in. So that piece is done. 30. Lock it in at 30. Okay, so now we're right here. We're down 23. Let's see if we can sit here for just a couple seconds and get a little bit more money out of this. Let's figure out what our next move will be. We have two choices. We can either do this one next. It's a minus 32 delta. Or we can do this one. They're both about the same, just depending on which way the market's going to move. If it moves. So we're down to $18. We've whittled our loss down to 18 bucks. Oh, it's kind of bouncing around 20-ish. And then, so once we take both of these off, we'll be left with this position, which I feel, well, I say it now, but watch it tank and give us trouble. Position like this at the end, which we could either just leave on or we could take off. So at this point, if we got to this position, we'd be $10 down. That's not too bad. That's not too shabby. Okay, so let's see what we got. Here's our current position. We're about to break even on this. So I think if anything, it's going to go down. That's my guess. So the next one would be this. We can try to benefit from the move down. Let's see where we're at. Where it's at. Just kind of waiting here to see if I get any sort of a down tick or any bit of a pop above the zero line. We're at minus 20-ish. Looks like it's moving. I don't want to screw it up. I don't want to get greedy. Don't get greedy. So let's see if we do it. If the next one we do is this one, that'll give us an advantage to the downside. We have 164 theta with an hour left. The total max profit right here is 150. I just don't think I want to take it. I don't want to be stressed out till the bell rings. If any of you out there have balls of steel, you could try it. Okay, so if it starts to move up, we want to do this one. It's just kind of hovering. Oh, it's moving up a little bit. like to try to get this to like $20. I could take a $20 loss. That may be worth it. Like in the grand scheme of things, once we start to scale, this is all scalable, and I need to keep that in mind. Like, these type of adjustments. This is like this is on the edge of maybe too much. Just a hassle. So we're down 40-ish now. Oh, 14. We could pop above that zero line any second. Okay. Looks like it's starting to move down. A little bit of a move down. Come on, man. Let's hit that. Let's pop above that zero line. There's minus 15. Okay. So the one we want to do next is this. While we're here, though, while we're pretty much flat, I want to try to see if I can squeeze out just a little bit more to get like to zero. It kind of goes in spurts. Like if you watch this, like it's not like minute by minute. It has this much room to make up to the top. If it were to stay right there, it's not like a steady rise. It's more like in lurches. Kind of sits around one number, like say minus 20. It's been at minus 20, 30 for a bit. Then it'll kind of lurch up to minus 15. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Now, as long as I can get these butterflies off quickly. That would suck if like these start dinging like rejected order for whatever reason. That doesn't make any sense, that first one that got rejected. I had some get rejected too yesterday that should not have been rejected. So those are just kind of like maybe like little wrinkles of problems that need to be ironed out with Schwab. Okay, we're still at minus 20. I need a theta lurch. A theta jump. So again, the next piece will be taken off. If it looks like it's moving down, we'll do this one to take advantage of that pink slope going up it. If it looks like it's going to go up, we'll do this one next. Try to take advantage of that pink line going up. What are we at right now? Is it moving up now? Oh, there's minus 11. We're getting pretty close. Because I'm going to try to get these butterflies off really quick. So this is like my only sort of neutral, or the most neutral position I can be at to try to milk the rest of that money out up to break even. Oh, look at that. There we go. We're at break even. Because we're going to wind up with this. I'm going to try to get these two butterflies off as quick as I can. So if we were to do it right now, this is saying we'd be I'm just going to consider this the final number. This would say we'd be down $40. I like to get that closer to zero. But maybe I shouldn't be like playing games. Maybe I should just get the F out. That's my favorite strategy. My favorite adjustment is to get the F out. Okay, I'm going to make my move. So I'm going to go with this one, create duplicate order. It looks like it's going up. Let's see how fast we can get out of these. Don't choke on me. Don't reject me. Okay, so we got 330 on that. Let's come down here. We'll lock that in. 330. Oh, look at that credit now. 330. Okay, so there's where we're at. We're down 77. Come on, baby. I better just do it. No time for farting around. Okay, so 445. Let's see where that puts us. Maybe we can do some sort of a trick. So 445. Okay, here's our current position. It's down 75 bucks. Should we just leave it? That will be the loss, 75 bucks. Or what else could we do? Let's see. We could also let's see, like, what if we put on, it's too late to do this. I probably won't do it, but let's just look at it anyway. So what if we put on a, let's see, analyze by trade, a butterfly here. That's a 5 point. So let's make this 10, this 90. Oh, that's too much. Let's see, what if we went 15 more points? 1585. Oh, that's getting too much. We could probably make some of that back though. Let's go back in 10 and 10. So we could put on something like this just to try to ride it out. See if we can get any more of that theta out of that thing. We're at 1215. The market's not moving. As soon as we put that on, the market would probably like take off, and then we're screwed. So what do you guys think? Leave it? Take our lumps at 75 bucks on this one? Or try to see if we can milk some more out? I say for the I'm feeling squirrely today. For the sake of science. Oh, look at maybe making a move down. For the sake of science, I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good idea. For the sake of science, let's do it. Hold on to your shorts, everybody. Okay, so we got 525 on that. We got to be on the ball now. No time for bullshit at all. Analyze opposite trade. So we would get out, and it would give us back to this position, but hopefully better than 75 bucks. That's the goal. So let's see if we can milk anything out of this. We're at minus 70. Got to pay attention. This is probably, I'm setting a bad example here. Don't do this. Unless it works out. So what are our things we can do? We can either just get out if this thing starts to move against us. We can pull this leg up, but I don't think that's like realistic at this point. I mean, we have no time left. That was a put, right? So this would be the put. Say analyze roll trade. Hide positions. Change the date. They should have a roll trade. What? 15. I mean, we roll up to the 5. We do something like that. I guess that's doable. Oh, look at this. Isn't good. Well, that doesn't make sense. If we did this, brought that leg in, we get a little more juice. Come on, give it to me. Oh, come on. Market makers. Greedy. Those greedy bastards. Okay, okay, there we go. 395. We got in at that one at 395. Let's lock that in. 395. Okay, let's zoom in on this. We can get a good view. Okay, we're down 80. So to get out of this now, we need to do a slightly different. We need to do the 05, right? But that's not right, is it? Okay, we're at 80. Let's see, to get out of this, we need to reverse this. Okay, 3. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, let's see how we're looking. We're at 70, 80 still. It's leaking slowly. If we want to go back, we want to back out of that last one, we would say analyze opposite trade. So we have that option ready to go. Okay, let's zoom in here. This thing is just kind of sitting there. What's our theta? 100? So this will get us out of the whole position, this one. This will reverse what we just did. So let's see if we can get this down at least below 50. Come on, that's my goal. All this work for nothing otherwise. Probably I'll lose like 1,000. It's 12:20, so we have 40 minutes. Boy, this is not coming out. We need a theta bump, a theta lurch.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, come on, baby. It's 90. Oh, it's making it move up. That's not right. That's not the right way. So we're at 100. Should we just close this out? Take our lumps. Boy, this theta just seems to be hanging on, like it's not letting go. So if we get out of this, we're at 110 loss on this one. If we can get it to come back into the 10 a little bit and get some of that theta to hiss out, like leave the position. Okay, we're seeing some stuff happen now. Hopefully it's good stuff. $112, that's not good stuff. So up to the upside, the worst case scenario is that, so we have a $100 loss right now. Oh, look at, we're coming back into the 10, it looks like. Worst case scenario is that it just takes up to the upside. Well, now the worst case scenario is it tanks to the downside. No, but if it were to go up to the upside, the blue line is the worst case scenario. That's 200. So that'd be like, that wouldn't be good. But so we're coming back into the tent. So do we want to, let's see where we're at. We're at 80, 90 bucks. We could do this, but not yet. Let's see if we can sit right here, get like 30 or 40 bucks out of this. Come on, Theta, leave. It seems like this theta should be coming out more than this. I mean, this, well, I guess right here it only has to go up to there. There's all this up here, though. Like if we were... It's just taking its time, just kind of slowly leaking. Okay, there's 77. So we were at, was it 75? That's where we would have wound up had we not done this little... What would you call this? Like, what do they call that in football? The Hail Mary, like a kind of like a Hail Mary. Oh, there's 68. This is probably not the responsible thing to do. This is like, don't copy me on this. This is like irresponsible. The responsible thing to do would be to probably just take that $75 loss, call it a day. I mean, this strategy has been doing extremely well. We've only had one loss, and that loss was a $15 loss. And we adjusted that one to get it down to 15. But there's like, I'm going to guess, like maybe 12 winners, one loser. So today was a nice big move up. So we're bound to have losers in here. So if it moves up, our only real option is to just get out of the whole thing. Like that. If it moves down far enough towards the center of that tent, we can do this one. But we're not ready for that yet. No. There's a little bump down. Okay, come on. Let's get 50. 100. Okay, there's 77. Okay, well, it's moving in back into the tent a bit. Still at 80. Well, there's 73. Okay. We should be seeing less. Okay, there's 62. Okay, that's the right way. We're heading the right way. Oh, we're having to move down. So let's see. 75. This thing better not tank. What if it's just like, choom, shot down there? $700. That's why this isn't a wise decision. Now, if it moves down a bit more, we can do this. But that's really pushing it. It's probably better just to get the F out. Oh, I saw 67. Oh, there's 57. So if we can get below 50, I'm just gonna take it. I don't want to be in this position like in the last 15 minutes. Come on. I guess I can set a stop order. Let's do that. Let's see. What do we need to do to get out of 50? We need to sell this for Oh, let's say 140. Let's say 45. That'll make me feel better. Is it moving up? See, so let's create that order. 160. That'll get us out if it just kind of pops around and hits that. Now let's go back and see where we're at. God, I have other trades I need to be focusing on, not this. I'll give it a second here. Oh, there's 51. I can't really complain. This isn't like moving around like crazy. It's just sitting there. Which is why I would feel like a total dumb shit if like the thing just took off at any second. I mean, how long will it just sit there? Maybe 30 more minutes. So it's 12:32. There's 59. 58. Oh, did I see 50? 51. We're getting close. Listen for that chime. Before this thing decides to rip off one way or the other. Oh, there's 43. We should hear that chime now. Come on, baby. Give it to me. Watch it pin like at end of day right at that peak there. There was 44. It's a figure at any second. Come on. 80. There's 49. It just does not want to give up. Maybe I'll change. Oh, there's 48. It's getting a little jumpy here. Maybe I'll switch my order to 50. Cancel replace order, we'll say 155. It's 47. Come on. I'm pretty sure that like the market makers over there are like just all watching this and seeing me like stress out watching this last little tick, trying to get it down to 50, and they're just like, no, don't let any more out yet. Don't let any more of that theta out. Hold it for a minute. Let's see if he like caves in again. They're all laughing, eating lunch. And now they're all like, yeah, hey, add some more theta in there. That'll really get them. Yeah, pump that up, pump that up. So the SPX is trading at 53.03. I wouldn't be surprised to see it pin at 5,300. Is that where the peak is? Yeah, it is. Should we just let it go to the end? It likes big round numbers like that. I'm trying not to talk because I don't want to jinx it. Come on. We're getting close. I got to go check on some other trades here in a second. I got some other trades I need to close out. So I may have to pause this and then come back in. Let me just give it another minute here or so. There's 40, there's 55, 45, there's 50. Come on, baby. Let's see where this thing is at. So we're trying to get 155. It's at 142. Meanwhile, those market makers are over there like laughing, slapping each other on the back, not letting the theta out of this thing. Looks like it's starting to go the wrong way. Should we just bail? We should probably just bail on this. Wait a second, that's not right, is it? Why is, oh, that's the order I had set. So it's at $1 now. So if we go at $1, We'll flatline out at 100. That's probably the responsible thing to do. It's 12:42. I think I should get out. Actually, I'm just saying that to see if it'll turn around. It heard me, it'll turn around and go back. So if we get out now, we get about $100 loss on this. Well, we got close, but it looks like no cigar. So what I'm going to do is, let's see. First of all, I should change this exit order to get out at basically what we were out at already. The loss that we had, right, which was $70. 75. I think it was $75. So let's go for 70. There's 75, 130. And so 135 would be 70. So 135 is 70. Right now it's at 1. It's almost 12:45. So I'm going to pull the plug on this. I got to go take care of some other trades. And we'll come back and do the final settlement. Seems to be moving back. Okay, I'm going to give it to 12:50. 4 more minutes. And then I really have to get off and go take care of other stuff real quick. So we're down 100. We could get out right now for about 110 loss. Yeah, it seems to be moving the wrong way. So I'm going to get the heck out of this. Let's get out. Let's see, we go 90. Okay, let's see. Are we going to get filled? Okay, we got filled at 90. So now watch it. It's going to right now, it's going to make a move up here, and it's going to pin right there at 5,300. So let's see where we wound up. This is, so we got 90 on this. 90. So we wound up with $115 loss. Oh, mercy. See, we shouldn't have done it. Now, if we had made it back, I'd be all, see? Told you. Okay, so this looks like it'll probably land there. But I got to get some other trades off, so I'll come back like in 20 minutes or so. We'll do the final numbers, the final settlement, and we'll also see if that actually pinned at 5,300. That would just be, wouldn't that be the worst? Okay, I'll be back in a few. Here it is, end of day 115, and the market just closed. Let's do our last looks, the final settlement. Let's start with our real money trade today. So that was sort of a interesting one. A lot of adjustments. Didn't really help. We wound up losing $115 on it. Holy moly. It's about a little over two times our profit target. But let's take a look at, let's just walk through that trade, the live money trades stage by stage. So it started off with this. This was the 15 wide butterfly we started off with. Here's where the market ended up today, 53.08. So up here is where the market wound up. The center strike of this was at 52.75. So that's like 25, 30, 35, 36, 37 points that moved up from our starting point. So now we had a chance early on in the day to get out at our $50. We hit our $50 loss right about in here. So our profit target is $50. So a one times profit loss is $50. $50 loss. And it was pretty calm, and it was minus 50. We could have got out there for $50 pretty early on, like maybe an hour or two into the trading day. But I opted for making adjustments. And so here are the adjustments. The first adjustment was to buy another butterfly, which gave us this risk graph. So I bought this butterfly up here with the middle strike at 52.95. Gave us this risk graph. And then something funky went on. I don't understand what it was. Some weird error or something. This order, which I don't understand, it really has nothing to do with this trade even, was somehow triggered. That was weird. And then, so immediately, as soon as that got filled, I was like, what the heck? Doesn't look right. So I just reversed it immediately. It took us back to this. And we got lucky. Actually made like $25 on that error. So this was the position after that was reversed. Okay. And then the next adjustment we made, it just kept, the SPX just kept frying. He just kept frying and frying and frying up to the upside. It's just kind of relentless. So it was already a big move off the CPI numbers this morning. So was that CPI? Yeah, I think it was CPI. So it's one of those days, just one of those days. So then so it kept going up. So it got up into, I'm going to guess maybe, I think it was around the middle point when it was right in the center of the second tent. I made an adjustment because it looked like it was going up. And what I did there was I bought a call butterfly even higher up. So the center strike of that call butterfly was 53.05. 53.05 right here. So let's keep a track to where it wound up. So in all of these situations up to this point, and all these adjustments up to this point, we would have lost if we just did nothing or left it alone after that adjustment. So this would have been a full loss of 500. This one at end of day would have settled right there, which is a loss of $79 if we did nothing. We didn't. We kept adjusting and tweaking it, and so that was that adjustment. And then it crawled around in here for a while, and then it started to keep going to the upside, giving us heat to the upside. So that's when the next adjustment was made, and that adjustment was simply to take this long call right here and roll it up by 5 points. Just roll it up. And when we did that, we had a risk graph like this. And what that did at the time, it just got us more delta neutral. The steep slope. This had a steep slope at the time. We were trading like right in here. And the pink line was getting really steep. And so when we added that, it smoothed it out a bit. Got us more to delta neutral, so it wasn't such a steep ramp down. And then even with this one, it kept going up. It got up to probably like in this area, just relentless. And throughout all this time, the position was showing a loss, like a live current loss at each of these adjustments. I think the most it got was about $150. It was down $150. So it kind of hung out like between 100 down and $150 down. I don't think it exceeded 150 ever. It's just then 150 is 3 times our profit target. So then the next adjustment was, I believe I just started to peel the thing off. Like we had an hour left, so I said, well, it was hovering back in here again. It had moved back. It was in here. So I said, I want to start to just peel these things off and get out of it. So we just reversed. We just kind of backed out of all these trades. So we just reversed the last trade that we did, which gave us this risk graph. We were in here at the time. And then we reversed out the next one. Actually, we did that backwards. At this point, we were looking pretty good. We had gotten up to like... well, it was bouncing around, but it looked like we had clawed our way back to like maybe like a $20 to $30 to $40 loss, like overall, which is less than our max or profit target. So that was cool. And so then I tried to get out of this strategically I thought it was going to move up. So I got out of this one first to try to take an advantage of a move up. But these were really close together. I didn't spend a lot of time there. We wound up with this trade, and this was going to be the final trade. So getting out of those 2 butterflies, there was slippage in there. So we wound up with, at this point, a total, if we had stopped here, the total loss would have been $75. That would have been the trade. But I got a wild hair up my brainstorm that I don't regret, because it was cool to do and watch, and if it would have worked out, we could have gotten closer to break even or maybe even break even. But as you'll see, it didn't work out. So what we did at that point, we just entered. This is like at 12:20ish, I think, with 40 minutes left. I entered a brand new butterfly. I just planted a new butterfly on here, and at the time we were trading right here, right at the center mark. And let's also keep track of where all these losses would have been with all of these. This one would have been the final. If we had left it at this stage, we would be. Actually, it was like this first. So that's interesting. So we had left it at this stage, which there's no way I would have left it at this stage because it was such a steep slope down. It was like positive vega. It wasn't anywhere near being neutral, and I had no idea what was going to happen. So I wouldn't have left it like this. But had I fainted right at that moment and not woken up till now, this would have wound up with a profit of 240 at settlement. But again, that wasn't a realistic position to leave on. So I immediately took this position, which cleared everything out and gave us our final number. But then, like I said, I did that. I added a butterfly on top to see if I could try to squeeze out a few more dollars to get like below 50 or get closer to break even. And had we done nothing from that point on, we would have had a loss at the end of the day at 408 if we let it go 414 if we went to settlement. But it started off in this area. We were down in here, and it's kind of tweaked its way up. We were at a $75 or $80 loss at that point, basically where we were here. And so then it started to move up. It got into this area. So I did one more adjustment where I took this leg and I brought it in 5 points like that. Now, had we left it there, we would have wound up with a loss of 204 at the end of the day. But we were down about like $110, and it was like 1245, I think, 1245 or 1250, and I had to go take care of some other fires. I had to go take some other trades off. So I just said, okay, let's just get out of this. Let's just get the F out. So I sold out the entire butterfly, brought us back to the same position here, and we wound up with a $115 loss. So that's where we wound up. So that's about a little over 2 times our profit target, which isn't that bad. Had I done this crazy move at the end, which I don't recommend doing, it's kind of that's not very smart. I thought I'd give it a shot though. I thought I'd like lay this trade on the altar of experimentation and education on potential ways to tweak and try to get more profits out of this, or potential ways to lose more, which happened in this case. So at the end of the day, we wound up with a total loss of 115 on this. So that was the live trade. That was a lot of work. It was a lot of stress and a lot of additional work, pretty much babysitting the whole thing throughout the morning, along with my other trades I'm doing. And was it worth it? I don't know. I mean, if it worked out, it could have. Even if it worked out, I don't know if it was worth it. Would it have been better just to get out at that $50 loss we had early on in the morning? I mean, we'd be $50 richer now. But you know, I think it's good to like try to see all these different things we can do to adjust it. These are way easier to adjust than like the credit spread. I mean, you can just kind of keep rolling this thing up, as you saw, like creating multiple tints, just kind of follow price action up. But in the grand scheme of things, that's just something like that everyone will need to decide for themselves. Do they want to just get out at $50 and be done with it? Or do they want to try to see if they can claw back and get to break even or get that $50 profit by adjustments? I mean, it's doable. I've done tons of adjustments like this, and it's doable to claw back, but it is additional work, and it's like babysitting these positions. So put in the comments what you think. Was it the right decision to continue to adjust all this way up, make all these tweaks, and wind up with a $114 loss? Or was the right decision to get out when we hit $50 loss, like early on in the morning, and make no adjustments? Put it in the comments below. I'd be really interested to see what all you guys out there think, all you traders, how you see this. All right, so now let's go through our paper trades real quick. So these are the paper trades we had on. And again, today was just a relentless move to the upside. So here's this is the 5-point butterfly. On this one, we're way up here. We settled way up here. So this would have been a loss of $40, the max loss, had we waited till end of day. This is the 10-pointer, and this is where we wound up. So this one we would have wound up with a max loss of 185 had we just let it settle. The next one is the 15-pointer. So this is similar. Exactly. This is actually the exact same trade, I think, as the live money trade we took. So on this one, had we just let it go and settle wherever it settled at, we would have lost 460. That's the 15 wide. The 20 wide. On this one, we would have lost 685 max loss. Way outside the tent. So that's the 20. Yeah, that's a 20. And then this is the 25 wide. So the 25 wide, we would have taken the max loss of 1,140. The next one is the 30-pointer. This one, we hit our max loss, 1,490, Have we just put this trade on in the morning and just let it go and do its thing and not take it off or adjust it or anything? Just let it settle where it settled. And then the last one is the 40-point wide butterfly. So this one didn't hit the max loss. It's still a good loss though, but you can see that the max loss on this was 2,380. This one would have settled at 1,683. So that's those. Let me just pull out the Excel sheet real quick. Let's see if I can fill this out really fast today. This is kind of this takes a little too long, but let's see if we can rip through it. Okay, so today is May 15th. Okay, and so what we do here is we figure out the risk on all these trades. So let's go back to the top. So on the 5-point, it was 40. On the 10-point, it was 185. So 185 and 40. Okay. The next one is, this is the 15. Max loss 430. 430 and 685. 430 and 685. 430. 685. Okay, the 25 wide. This is the 25 wide. So the max loss on this was 1,070. That's the risk. 1,070. 1490. 1,070 and 1490. 1,070. 1490. So these are all the risk, the total risk amount on these trades. And then the last one, 40 wide, was the total risk was 2380. Okay, so 2380. What? Oh God. I screwed up. 2380 minus 2380. This is 2480. Oh, come on. What is going on? Is this Schwab? 2830. And I need to make sure that's right. I forgot. It's 2380. So this is the only one that didn't hit max loss. Yeah. So that'll be easy to update that part. So we can say that over here, where the trade wound up profit and loss wise, these all hit the max loss except for the last one, the 40, which we wound up down, what, 1691. 1691. Okay. So, I guess we have to say these are all losers. So the morning session, they were all losses. Okay. And then the same thing for the midday. The mid-morning update, they were all losses. And then end of day, they were all losses. So then here's our live trade. Let's stick this in there. And, okay, 15 wide. The total risk on that one, on the live trade, was 430. 430 total risk. Oh, this is going to be a loser. Loser. I should probably put it in like capitals with the exclamation mark. And we lost... was it 115? Let me see. I also see what the total risk grew to, because every time we make these types of adjustments, or I think probably any type of adjustment really, except to get the F out adjustment, the risk is going to increase as you make the adjustment. So this, with the first adjustment, the risk went down to 1030. Then we went to 16. Oh, that was that mess up trade. Let's skip over that. I don't know what that was. That was weird. Like a ghost trade. Okay, so then the risk was 1265, 1380. So 1380 is the most at risk so far. Now it's back down to 905. So it's probably 1380. And then we did this little bad irresponsible trade at the end. So 1600. That was 1600. So that's the most at risk. Oh, 1705. We made that little tweak. So 1705 was the highest risk on this. 1705. So let's put that in there. We should say 1705. 1705 was the total risk on that. Loser, we should make that red. What happened to all my colors? Oh, there we go. Okay, so loser, all day. We'll put that in caps. All day. And we don't need to fill anything else, but let's see what that return is. I mean, I'm not sure how to technically do this, but let's say that we made, so we lost, but we never figured out what we lost, right? Chat? Okay. So we wound up with a loss of $115. So we'll say minus 115, $115. And then let's figure out what the percentage is. Let's figure out with the original risk, which was 430, and with the higher risk. So we lost 100. Oh, we need to say minus, right? Is that right? Minus 115 divided by the starting risk of, let's go 430 first. So it's a loss of 26.7% on the 430. So let's just put that in there. I'll figure out if I need that or not later. So this was a minus 26.4 loss. And then let's figure out what it was for the full amount, 1705. So we lost $115. Did I put a minus sign in there? 115 divided by 1705 equals, with this setup where we're taking the highest amount of risk we had throughout the duration of the trade with all the adjustments, the highest amount of risk was 1705. So with the loss of $115, is that right? Let's do it one more time. 115 divided by 1705. Yeah, so a loss of 6.7. Okay. That should change all these. Let me find like a red. This was this is a loser day. Let's see, how do I do this? I don't want it to be too, say that. Oh, well, we could read that. Okay, so that's it. That's it for today. And leave in the comments, tell me in the comments if you thought that what was the right decision. If it was you, would you have just got out of the $50 when we hit in the morning, just get out for a $50 loss, or would you have attempted to adjust it, which, as you saw, turned into an all-day event as we just kept rolling and rolling up, adding more butterflies, just kind of following the out-of-control SPX as it continued to go up. And of course, money-wise, it's obvious. By adjusting, we wound up with like minus $115 or minus $75 if we wouldn't have done that last move versus the $50, or there'd be a little bit of slippage. So let's say like $50 to $60 if we got out just manually, like when we hit 1 times our profit target. But so obviously monetarily that was the right decision would have been the $50, but we never know. And these adjustments can work. And I've done a ton of these things, and there's ways to tweak them out. It adds a lot of work and stress, so that's debatable. But like, what would you have done? That's what I'd like to hear. Would you have tried to adjust it, or would you have just gotten the F out? And let me know that. I think that'd be really interesting to hear. So let me know in the comments, seriously, like if you, let me know what you think. If it was the right thing to adjust those, spend the rest of a day monkeying around with it and losing $115, or should we have just gotten out at early in the morning when it was at minus 50 and just avoided all that? Or even better, if you know of a different adjustment, if you know of another adjustment, a different adjustment that you may prefer over what I was doing, or that you think might have worked over what I was doing, I'd love to hear that. Put that in the comments below. I'm all about learning about new adjustments. So seriously, if you know of another way that you might have adjusted this, just explain it in the comments below, and we can go back and paper trade it and see how that would have worked out. So that's it for this one. If you'd like to follow along with me on these trades, including all my other live money trades and my experiments and all that, just make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Hit that subscribe button. And also be sure to join me on my website. We're going to be doing a bunch of cool stuff on my website that won't necessarily be on the channel. So just make sure you get all the good stuff. Head on over to my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. Sign up for my free email newsletter. As soon as you sign up for that, you'll get a welcome email from me. Just reply back to that welcome email, and I'll get back to you, and we'll go from there. All right. See you tomorrow.